welcome my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read for this full moon in Aquarius, waning to your new moon in Leo. I am your reader. Leo rising, Mars conjunct Angelo, Lyons, the Archangel of Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive. President of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, but you can call me Mal. Meow. Hi, my lovely 5th house defined felines. My pleasure to be reading for you today, and of course it's the Leo read, so my cats have decided to become super active the second I hit the record button on the camera. So let's see what they're up to, and let's see what you're up to. If you're new to the channel, a 7-card draw is nothing more than one card from 7 different card systems. We've got 2 tarot, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles to get you the clues, tips, and hints you need to know from my pantheons of the divine, and probably yours. It's all one at the beginning, middle, and end of the day. For a full moon in Aquarius, which is Friday, July 23rd, turn 37 p.m. Oh my God. Eastern time. I'm from New York, if you couldn't tell. And we're looking at a waning moon read, right? Releasing, forgiving, transforming, letting go, surrender your will, Dorothy, to the divine. On the new moon in Leo, your new moon, Sunday, 8/8. And yes, I know what the 8/8 is. I was actually involved in the 11/11 in January. What was that? 91, 92. Good God, so long ago. And the 8/8 was hot on its heels. 2 channelers from Mount Shasta, as I remember. Shield and Sharula. Wow. The stuff you remember and the stuff you forget. So yeah, Google that. That should be interesting. So we are looking at the 8/8, right? Sunday, August 8th, 9:50 a.m. Yeah, I've had a very long career in the spiritual industry. I did my time in the New Age, believe you me. So let's get up in this gig. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with other cool links in there. I put in my meditation for true lover. It doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be a romantic true love thing, but you never know until the cards hit the table. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can. And by all means, check your other signs, because your moon sign is just going to most likely get a different situation than your sun sign, being that essentially they're opposites in that sense. But also, you know, different takes on the same thing, or a whole other situation that you need to let go, forgive, alchemize, free yourself from, right? People forget that, yes, you can wax your freedom, but then you can also wane your chains. That's good. All right, so the guides are obviously in the house like they're ever not. Let's dive in. We're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck to get you the 8th chakra dynamic archetype. Like, what's going on in your 8th chakra that's overshadowing everything else? Whether it's your archetype that you're dealing with, somebody else's, an entire situation, and oftentimes it's all of that with a side of fries. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, yeah, that sense of liberation is coming through. So please, I call to my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity. What's the dominant archetype in play in the 8th chakra for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? I might be a part of this, I might not. You show me, hopefully afterwards, not during. What do you got? What's the dominant thing going on there, overshadowing everything else? This full moon in Aquarius to Leo's new moon. Wow, the Trickster archetype. Okay, not my favorite, but I certainly have a dose of it. You can have a personal archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? But the Trickster in its shadow is something that is so being boiled to the surface on planet Earth right now. Oh, let me explain. The shadow attribute, this is the lead, the shadow, right? This is lead has 3 more atoms than gold, so you are waning 3 of those atoms away to go from an insulator, something toxic, lead, to a conductor, gold, right, which is very healing. The shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity, lying, oh, with manipulation, right? And it's interesting, we see the trickster here with a top hat, you know, and stuff coming out of it, sort of like a magician. And isn't the major arcana card of the magician in its shadow exactly that? Isn't it about manipulating yourself, somebody else's situation, but in the shadow that you don't want anyone to know about? And not for good causes, usually. The light attribute, though, and this is a Leo thing, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So this is like the god Hermes for me, obviously, the god of the trickster god, the god of messengers, liars, gamblers, and thieves. Maybe gypsies and tramps in there too, if you want to share. Oh, that was dumb. But you get me. So let's keep this light, right? So that's the thing. Whatever else hits the table, your ability to transcend your normal ways of looking at it, feeling about it. Not that you can't be honest and authentic about how you feel, but there might be a trick being played here, and sometimes that's the divine playing a trick. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the angels and archangels of fire, directions of the south, and the sign of Leo. Please, Michaelite angels, the legions of Archangel Michael. One card in clarity using the Healing with the Angels Oracle. Who are the healing angels? Usually named by function, not name in this deck, except for the Archangel Michael cards. So please, who's the angel they most need to call upon, work with, think about, read about, pray to, I don't know, light a candle, do something to help them alchemize this trickster. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to too many cards, waning to their new moon in Leo. Signs, signs, everywhere there's signs. All right. So the universe may very well be giving you synchronicity after synchronicity, omens and portents, right? You know, and be careful of your interpretation of them, particularly when a trick is in play. Okay, here we go. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, poor James Woods, bless his heart. You know, that if you can really pay attention not to what you think the signs mean, it's a little Cindy Brady for you there. Feel it. Like, what does this feel like? What does this feel like? Because this is 8th chakra dynamic. So you being lied to, manipulated is probably on the table here. It is a waning moon. You might need to really go with the signs instead of what people are telling you. Just be really honorable and really honest. You'll be fine. I mean, we called in the legions of Archangel Michael. They're not going to tell you to do anything other but be authentic. And even if that's to say to somebody, look, I'm really angry right now, and I'm going to deal with that because I understand so little of that has to do with you. It's every time I've been manipulated before, right? And duplicity is not fun. It's really not. Particularly if you're an empath and you can feel something's off and they're like, no, gaslight, 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 right? That's no fun. So set their gaslights on fire, right? So let's get you crown, third eye, throat, and heart as this trickster vibe is working through you. You're not your archetypes. Archetypes are soul powers. You're contracted, Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace. That's her deck there, that you came in to develop in this life, very akin to the Kabbalistic Tree of Life with the 10 powers that God, if you want to go there, sent us here to develop these powers and bring them back, right? So, yeah, I'm a witch. I'll study any wisdom system that I am guided to, and the signs are consistent. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my goddesses of fire and the sign of Leo, please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Any Lyrian starseeds out there, perk up your ears. Here we go. What's going on in the heart, third eye, crown chakra for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing this trickster archetype with the help that they have to ask for from the healing angels of signs. Just show them the signs that will help them heal and show them signs of their healing. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to their new moon in Leo. That one. Whoa, 5 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, be authentic about how you feel, but I wouldn't burn down the village necessarily. 5 of Cups in this deck is called the Storm. And there are, of course, let's say, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. This one, 3. No, that's really odd. 3 of the cups are bobbing in the water, in the ocean, in the storm. And 2 are half capsized. Usually, you know, that's not how we see that. It's usually there's 1 standing here floating in this case. But what I get from this is that this is the emotional storm that you may be in. Now look, you can try and bypass your emotions through spirituality. I used to do it myself. If I stare at my vision board, never again. You got to feel it to heal it, right? And how... this is how you can transcend convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior by maybe just giving somebody a pass without actually doing the work. Where you might have to say, you know what, I'm going to feel this. I may cry, I may rage, but I am being healed here in this. The more that we give ourselves the love that only we can give us, the courage to do so, which is a very Leo thing, the less we really depend upon what others may think, say, or do, understanding that that's their pain. Until we've really done some serious emotional work, I don't care what sign you are, it's really easy. Because here's the thing, these people are being brought into your energy field in order to get you to heal that, and they don't know that. And they may have similar wounds or opposite wounds, whatever. So let yourself, okay, I hear you, let yourself be at storm. Heart, third eye crown is definitely more of a heart chakra thing. Because what is the sky like after, right? What is the world like after a good storm? A perfect storm, right? Your eyes are clear, the sky is clear. Everything is nurtured and green. Well, depending on where you live, I suppose. You know, if it's a snowstorm. Metaphor only goes so far. Okay, so what's going on then in the third dimension, right? The physical part of this, lower 3 chakras, solar plexus, sacrum, root chakra. Either you from the outside looking in, or you from the inside looking out at some aspect that would hit or trigger, or affect, I should say is a better word, your sacrum, solar plexus, sacrum, and root chakras. Here we go. Breathe. So I call upon my gods of fire and the sign of Leo, Apollo and Aries. Blessed be, please, one card in clarity. What is the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Most need to be aware of, either from the outside looking in or the inside looking out on the physical world here, with this trickster archetype, the healing angels of signs, and the storm going on within them. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to our new moon in Leo. Well, there you go. 6 of Wands, victory. I mean, this is Jason of Jason and the Argonauts defeating the dragon, which they put it to sleep. You know, it's not exactly jabbing it in the neck, but Medea. You know, she was a Greek witch originally. But holding over his head the golden fleece, you know, victory, triumph here. And, you know, I really feel like that's you from the outside looking in with this storm blazing through you. Now again, the temptation is for this to be duplicitous. I'm at storm, but I'm in victory, right? Well, if that's authentically how you're feeling, there is that. The 5 of Cups, cleansing the water of the heart, could very much give you that courage to say, well, here I am. I have overcome something. I have overcome a conflict, right? What's the 5 of Wands? So you literally go from the 5 of Cups to the 6 of Wands, but be careful if that's manipulating others through duplicity, particularly with social media, right? I am very authentic with my social media. That's why you don't see pictures of me in the womp-womps, right? If you don't follow me on Instagram, I have a fun Insta. It's all my personal stuff, you know, I'll occasionally post this or that, but my boys, my cats, right? My garden right now, I've got 5 monarch caterpillars on my fennel outside, and I'm just happy as a clam about it. be authentic. Let your light shine. You know, there's a mantra. We're going to do the healing mantra deck next, but it's one that's been hitting me so often when I pull a card for myself. Amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. However, there's in the bookie book, we're not doing the bookie book this time, that says that, yeah, the universe gives you everything that you need in abundance in exchange for letting your light shine at full capacity. So what is the sky like after the passing of a storm, right? What is your light as you purify, as you feel, as you cry, rage, what have you? It brings you such victory on the outside because you have removed the obstacles to love's presence within you. That is your natural inheritance. Abundance. It's from Course in Miracles. I played with the words a little there. Yeah, this is lovely. This is really, really, really lovely. So let's get you a healing mantra, and if it's amplifying abundance, you better tip me. Breathe. Or go read my book, Words of Grace, $9.99 on Kindle. There's a link in the description box, like everybody else has their stuff on YouTube. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I'm not getting that this is like one specific soul contract person. It could be, so I'm going to ask the Ascended Masters here for just general assembly. What is your perfect healing mantra? Breathe one more time. Well, hopefully more than one time. Yeah, it's a very high vibrate, guys. Please, my Ascended Masters, just general assembly, because I'm not sure if this is attached to one particular person, or it could be such a history of people here with that trickster archetype. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the trickster archetype in some way, shape, or form with the healing angels of signs, the storm on the inner, victory on the outer. What's the perfect healing mantra that they can really focus on and heal this full moon in Aquarius to their new moon in Leo? Oh, no, it's not amplifying abundance, but it's one that I think really speaks to these two cards right here. Befriending pain. When discomfort becomes a friend, my most limiting beliefs are healed. How do you think I did that without looking at the card, right? Because I have gotten this one over and over. This is a shadow work card. It's not the only shadow work card in this deck, but certainly it is that, and this is a shadow read. You know, don't be afraid of your shadows. Your shadows are just an absence of light. Well, what is light but truth? But we think going in and bringing light into it is going to do the trick, and not really, because then when we pull back out, right? So just knowing what your shadows are is not enough. What does Course in Miracles say? Do not bring light to shadow, bring shadow to light. Gotta bring it up, right? So think about here, something you're feeling emotionally, that you make the choice and the decision to pray, to heal, to forgive, to do the best. Don't do the shadow work. And then it evaporates, right? Water, fire turns into air, right? Oh, then you see it, boop, spirit right out the crown, healed. And because of unity consciousness, you're helping not just heal that for everyone involved in your particular situation here, but for the well-being of all. Unity consciousness. So befriending pain. You're not a body, so I understand physical pain. I have lower back stuff. But you know, when I let certain people out of my life that have been duplicitous, vampiric in a way, my lower back stops hurting. So I've really learned to take that as a sign. It's like, if I'm getting that pain and I've done my yoga and I've done, you know, all the other stuff to do, and it's still there, it is a friend. It's telling me something. But that pain here very much seems to be emotional, and I will bet you dollars to donuts, my dad used to say that all the time, that your victory comes by really understanding, yeah, I may be manipulated through duplicity here in some way, shape, or form, but it's not the first time. And I'm not the first person on planet Earth to do this. And this is to really clarify me. And hello, your most limiting beliefs are healed. Like, for instance, the belief that I'm a body. Well, are you? You're a soul that was chosen to play this role, you know, that you're in a body, in a timeline, in a quantum hologram called planet Earth. And, you know, the higher you go in dimensional consciousness, the more you see that this world is essentially a video game. And it's a lame metaphor, whatever they call it, single player shooter, whatever that's called, throughout the eyes, right? But your pain is scripted too, and you're not just healing you, which is rhyming. Let's keep going. Higher souls have all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Breathe. I call upon the higher selves of all involved, not just the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, but anybody else that's involved with this trickster archetype in this situation, that they're alchemizing with the help of the healing angels of signs, that they must ask for those angels to help them heal with that storm. That Five of Cups brewing on the inner, Six of Wands on the outer, either in duplicity, because, you know, nobody needs to know your internal business unless you want them to, but that victory feels solid. It feels like there's an overcoming of conflict, a real triumph here, and Leos tend to do that visually, overtly, unless maybe a Leo moon is watching this, then maybe that's not their style. But as they befriend pain, right? When pain becomes a friend to them, their most limiting beliefs are healed. So what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed by the Leos here, the party turner. Let's see what this is about. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo. Appreciate this moment. Yeah, it may suck, it may hurt, but appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. And I believe this means finding the love that only you can give to you. And until you learn how to give it to you, you find you have an endless resource of it, and then are less dependent upon what other people do when they lie. I will tell you this. In my book, Words of Grace, I talk about the very first grace I talk about. It's essentially a book of prayer, broke down by chakra chapter, and then other stuff at the end about shadow work and shamanic descent and dark night of the soul, which this need not necessarily be. But the grace of humility is the shield against humiliation. I call it the maiden grace. May I be blessed with the maiden grace of humility, to know that I don't know, and that I'm willing to be shown what I need to know moment by moment, breath by breath, by the divine itself. Right? To take in those signs, but see them from a higher place, and then to carry the sword of truth. Right? I know that if I am honest and authentic as lovingly as I can be, the Dalai Lama, His Holiness the Dalai Lama has said, truth without compassion is brutality. So that is a learning curve as well. But then you're walking with the shield of humility and the sword of truth. Someone lies to you, it's not that you're going to put them down. It's like throwing a shadow at the sun. They're going to learn. And I find some of the, I'm a witch. I know how to curse people. I'm very well trained, decades and decades and all of that. But I found the two best curses that I know. May you heal, may you see only truth. Right? It's sort of like lobbing a grenade, isn't it? Yeah, kind of, sort of. So appreciate this moment that you're going through. It will pass. All storms pass, right? That's the point of the Five of Cups. It's not a major arcana, it's minor. So let's get this last deck on. Until I memorize this opening here, the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. I love her work. It's the only book read we're doing for this one. So they gave me a new way, because this is all my decks are consecrated to, guides, masters, teachers, all that. But these are the pantheons of pantheons. In other words, all the gods and goddesses of every tradition. It's just easier to say the pantheons of pantheons. Pantheon of pantheons, yeah, breathe. Oh, because I love this deck, and I love doing these readings on YouTube. Please, I call to the pantheon of pantheons, all cultures, traditions, lineages, starseeds, and all that jazz. Please, what is the blessing that you place upon this Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, that they may alchemize the shadow and the lead of manipulating others through duplicity, others towards them, whatever, into the gold, the light, attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior, following the signs, asking for the signs from the Michaelites, which are only going to give you truth. With that Five of Cups on the inner, at storm, definitely an emotional heart chakra thing. really, I feel like being triggered by somebody doing to them what has been done before and before and before. And even if they never manipulated or was duplicitous before in this life, and nobody gets away without learning the abuse of power before they find the right use of power, which is absolutely balanced here in the Six of Wands. Honor, integrity, victory, and being seen and recognized for it while they befriend pain. For when pain becomes their friend, their most limiting beliefs are healed because they are eternal. The pain is temporal, so that they can really appreciate this moment, that each and every situation has an opportunity for them to grow and find love. What is the blessing you place on them? Great pantheon of pantheons. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to their new moon in Leo. Wow. First of all, what a Leo-looking card here. I'm wearing pants. Don't worry. I don't sit on my couch cushions without my couch cushions. Right there. Wow. A blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. I've read this one before. I think I remember that. Card number 7. Now I do need the magnifying glass for this one, because the first little part, itty bitty, teeny tiny little language. Please take a nice deep breath, Emily Latella. And I want this prayer to come through. I want this blessing. Use me, pantheons of pantheons. Use every aspect of me to convey the energy and the words for the well-being of all. Card number 7, a blessing on the senses that gift the world to you. A blessing to assist you in making the most of all your senses and in appreciating them. Appreciate this moment. And thus enhancing their beauty within your life. May you be blessed with a keen, sensual appreciation of the natural world and all that it has gifted to you through the senses you have been so very blessed to receive. May your 2 eyes see far and take in the beauty of the world. May they open upon days of joy and close on deeds well done. May the color and the shapes of the world be visions of delight to you, and may you find beauty in the pavement and in the tar, in the stone forests of the cities. May you be given mountains to gaze upon, seas of blue and azure to be reflected within your eyes, green fields and wildflowers to delight you with all the beauty that there is. May you find this beauty within your own form and gaze upon yourself with satisfaction and knowledge that the universe has created a unique moment of wonder within you. Appreciate this moment. May your lips taste wild honey. I'm down. Your tongue find pleasure in the food on your table. And may the meals of your life be sensual delights, enriching the marvel that is your body, fueling you to greater good health. May the texture and delight and sensations of taste be taken slowly, without greed or hurry. And when you are satisfied, let you give thanks to the natural world for its offerings to you, the earth's child. May your skin sense the world about you and within you, touching those with comfort, nurturing, soothing, and the healing of human touch will be yours. Let all those who you touch return that gift. And may the exquisite sensitivity of the body transport you, yet never devour you. May your ears be blessed with the sounds of all the wild world, the whisper of trees speaking with each other, the bird song at each change of season, the sound of speech that is beautiful, truthful, and pleasing, the rich silence of nature that allows you to know yourself so deeply. Blessed be. Leo, you've just been given permission to go for it, to really look beyond the deceptions of others. I mean, that's essentially what to forgive means. It's that you overlook what they did and understand that they're in pain without knowing what the pain is, and even overlook that to see that we are all souls playing roles in a game here. This is really a very, very powerful read, but hey, we're Leos. What did you expect? That right? Whoa, God, I already said it, right? Like, as the storm passes, your lenses of perception clear, and you see the blessings that your senses can reveal to you. You know, actually, the level of consciousness in the third eye is exalted consciousness. Each chakra has a different voice of consciousness, right? Unity consciousness is the crown chakra, is perpetual consciousness, ascended, right? So that is the clarifying of the third eye, where you see the divine in all things. And this is not just seeing it. This is exalted perception. So close to the vision of the divine that how will you ever really be deceived again, knowing that everyone's divine and everybody's doing the best they can, and not everybody knows that. But boy, are those signs going to come to you left, right, and center. Let me put this together for you in a composite blessing, putting it together bit by bit. You're George in the park on a Sunday. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I'm a musical theater fag. Was. You stand, blah, blah, blah. As I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, the higher selves of all involved in the pantheons of pantheons, please may the Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, maybe even giving this reading, be blessed with all that we need. This full moon in Aquarius waning to new in Leo, that we may befriend the pain necessary when discomfort becomes our friend, our most limiting beliefs are healed, so that we can really appreciate this moment, that each and every situation is giving us an opportunity to grow and find love with some sort of trickster archetype, reaching for transcending conventions, maybe the way we've always done things, dealt with things, that stuffiness and predictable behavior here, because there is victory for us, and it feels like a visible victory. One, of course, that involves the blessing on the senses, the gift of the world to us as we follow the signs, the portents and the omens, the tips, the hints, the synchronicities from the healing angels that we will call upon, that we may navigate through this internal storm, understanding that it's part of the journey, and it's not much of a hero's journey. There's not much of a victory unless there are storms along the way, times when things are tumultuous, times when there's a purification of our senses so that we may see clearly again, and maybe not rise from ashes, but come back to the surface, clear and clean, seeing the diamonds of light dancing on the waves, feeling that joy and feeling the blessings upon us for our well-being and for the well-being of all. In fact, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be, and so it is. Hey, look, considering this card is on the table and this card is on the table, there feels like there will be something certainly to celebrate here. So go with the flow, right? No one has to see you do it. But I feel like as you emerge from it, your light is just going to shine. And remember, even though that's your mantra, befriending pain, don't forget, abundance is your birthright, and that doesn't just mean money. And you can receive it now, but by letting your light shine at full capacity. And how can you do that unless you clean the lenses from the inside out, right? That's that's a shadow work read for you. I hope you enjoyed it. You want to book me? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm never going to reach out to clients. Clients reach out to me. The witch doesn't go door to door. You got to come to the witch. It's just how it is. Links in the description box for that too. And certainly, if you want to check out my book, you can preview it for free on Kindle, $9.99. You don't need Kindle. You can get the free Kindle app to do that now, which is, I think, a cool thing, and I think you'll enjoy it. I dedicated it to my mom, who yesterday was her birthday, and I'm driving up to see them in August. I can't wait. So, wishing you all truly the very best and the very, very blessed of this full in Aqua to new in Leo, my beloved Leonites. Hell. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.